Hello friends, welcome to today's video. In this video, we are going to discuss how to get jobs easily for freshers in 2021. Okay, in this scenario, without spending money, it's really very hard to, right? But there are so many other steps that you can follow in order to get a job very easily. Okay, because nowadays it's always a trend like you will be spending almost of 50,000 to 60,000 rupees for internships in the private companies, right? And after that you will be going for a job. Okay, so without doing that, you have got some other definitely interesting things that you can do and then get a job. Okay, so let's see. The first one is all about the free courses. Okay, so in today's scenario, there are so many online websites that gives free courses that are valid. Okay, the valid free courses is what I am talking about. Okay, so the first one what I am going to introduce towards you is a site called Hackathon. Okay, Hackathon means it is a site in where you can do like challenges. Like challenges in means a 30-day of coding challenge. Okay, so whichever is the comfortable programming language for you, you can directly take it and then do a 30 days of challenge. Okay, this will be an achievement for you after 30 days. Okay, like in your about myself, you can definitely include hackathon. Okay, because after 30 day of code, you will be receiving a 5 stars from the hackathon. Okay, so which is always a added benefit for your resume or your about myself. Okay, the next thing is that solo learn certifications. Okay, so solo learn is also an application as well as an online website that provides you certifications for, like, if you know something or if you want to learn something, you with the like doing the quiz. It's a model like quiz that we are doing. Okay, so quiz kind of a thing that you have to complete. Okay, after completing a course you will be able to get certifications. Okay, so that is also another added benefit. If you want to do, if you know HTML but you don't have a certifications to prove that you know this, then definitely you can choose solo learn certifications. Okay, the next one is the LinkedIn free training. Okay, so LinkedIn, as you guys know, it's an online job portal where you are able to get jobs. Okay, but moving apart from that, LinkedIn also has a free learning platform. Okay, which has got so many good courses in it. Okay, and there are so many popular courses that you can take and then study. Okay, so after completing those courses, definitely you will get a certificate. Okay, the certificate is actually very valid everywhere, like a LinkedIn free learning course certificate, and that can be used, okay, to get a job. The next one is the Coursera free courses. Okay, Coursera also provides free courses. Okay, they have got courses like from IBM data science, then they're from the Google and things like that. Okay, there are so many different courses. Even the abroad university courses are available in Coursera for free. Okay, the next one is Grow with Google. It's Google's online platform for doing the courses. Okay, all the courses in the Grow with Google is actually free, and once when you complete that, then definitely you will be getting a certificate from the Google. Google certifications are always valid and has got an importance as well. Okay, so in your resume or in your what in your about myself or something like that, you can definitely include this Grow with Google certifications. Okay, the next one is Internshala. Before going to the internships and things like that, definitely you can choose something like Internshala provides internships for you. Okay, if you are not only a pass out, then only you can join Internship. It's not like that, it's for graduates as well. Okay, so graduates no, not the graduates, the people who are going to just be pass out, okay, the final year students, even they can join the internships, okay. Along with the internships, they will be providing stipend as well as a certificate after the internship, which is valid because you are doing something like a industrial training, right? An internship, because you are just working with the live projects, then definitely it is a add-on to your resume, okay. In this video itself, at the last, I'll be showing you how you can write a resume, okay. The next one is the coursejoiner.com, okay. In this coursejoiner.com also there are several free courses that you can choose and get certifications, okay. So definitely try all of them. If you don't want to do the courses, definitely you can choose Internshala. If you know some programming languages and you want certifications, then definitely you can choose Hackathon and Solo Learn certifications, okay. So all these are good free courses that you can do and earn a job, okay. In the next section, we are going to discuss how to write a career objective, okay. So let's start from the resume. So in the resume, there will be a career objective, academic credentials, the internships that you have done, then again if you have any professional experience. So from the Internshala, if you do any internships, then definitely you can include it in the professional experience, okay. The next one is the technical skill. Whatever the technical skill, whichever is the code editors that you have used, or whichever is the programming languages that you know, any of the packages or anything as such can be included in the technical skills, okay. Then comes the academic project. In this academic project, we can include the academic project. The academic project means it will be a final year project, right? A main project. There will be a project that you have done in the third year, right, which is a mini project or a sub project, right? So if that includes, or if that claims that you have some experience in or some exposure to these level of industries, then definitely you can include that as well as the seminar, because in the final year there is something called seminar for every student, right, to present. So if you have got something like that, then definitely you can include that as well in this area. The next one is the certifications. Whatever be the certifications that you have, definitely include all of them there, okay, because it's always a add-on. Then you can add the personal details like your gender, whether you are marital status, whether you are married or not. Then if your job actually needs a travel or something like that, then definitely you can include that as well. Then the languages, whatever is the language that you know, whether it be speak or if you understand, then also you can put them in the languages, okay. Always languages can be denoted by dots, of coloring dots, how many of them you know and how many of them you don't know. Don't worry if you have just one dot to be colored also, but you know something in that language, then definitely you can put that in the resume, because knowing so many languages is always a add-on to your resume, okay. So the next point is the voluntary work that you have done. If you have worked in NSS or things like that, then definitely you can include those as well, okay. Then your achievements, if you have got first for the sports or something like that, that is just to make that you are an energetic person and you were a team player. To just notify all those things, we are putting them, those achievements, in the resume, okay. Now what we are going to discuss is about the career objective, okay. So here I am going to show you about almost 6 career objectives and their difference of writing, okay. So always think in your mind before writing a career objective that it should be short, clear and crisp, okay. No need to write so much of lines without any purpose, okay. So after reading it, they must be understanding that you have got some motive in your mind for the growth of your career, okay. So that it should be always that should be the that should be always an importance while you are writing the career objective. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Okay, here we can see that looking for an opportunity to build a career imparting all the knowledge acquired which will help me to explore myself fully and substantially contribute to the growth of the company. Okay, so here what we are telling is that I have got some knowledge with me and I want to explore more in that area and for the growth of the company. Always while thinking, don't always tell about your growth, always mention the growth of the company as well, because the company, as they are giving you the salary and they are actually spending some money on you, then definitely they should also have some benefits taking you to this company. Okay, so always keep this in mind and then move forward. Okay, the next one is to pursue a highly challenging career in the application technologies. So whatever is the technology that you are aiming to get a job or you wish to get a job, then definitely you can include that. Okay, with a team of highly experienced professionals, so as to enable myself expand my knowledge, learnings and skills and to substantially contribute to the growth of the organization. Okay, so this is like you have got some knowledge, learning, and you want to contribute those and expand them, the knowledge and the learnings and the skills you also want to expand, as well as the company should also expand. Okay, so that is mainly included in the next one. Okay, the third one means to be associated with a progressive organization where I can create a position for myself as a efficient professional in highly competitive world through honest and committed hard work in conjunction with the knowledge and positive attitude, which will also ensure beneficial for the organization. Okay, so you can always include your positive attitude or whatever your strengths are, definitely you can include that, but I don't prefer you using some words that you also don't know. Okay, so it can be always, don't use that much big things and all, like big words and all. Okay, so whatever you know only you can write. Okay, so I don't always recommend you to use all these 6 itself, because all these 6 means all the people who are watching this video will take this career objective itself, right? So each career objective should be different from one another, because each person is writing, right? So always read all of these, and then what you can do is like you can definitely create your own career objective. Okay, the next thing is a resourceful BE graduate, which is a BTech graduate having 1 year experience in teaching professional. So if you are looking for a change in a domain or things like that, or if you are like pursuing an internship, definitely you can include all of them in the career objective itself. Okay, then also here you can see in the next line there are some words that are not familiar for everyone, because everyone doesn't know what these all means. Okay, so it's always good that you can use your own words in there. Okay, so the next one is an energetic, dedicated, motivated individual seeking a career that would enable me to utilize the technical and interpersonal skills. Okay, so the strengths also can be included in a career objective. Okay, okay, so here they are also mentioning like he's a key player in a challenging and create environment to apply and enhance the current skills. So all these things about the company also, it's actually very good to mention them as well. Okay, the next one you can see is a marketing professional's career objective, right? So he or she is a computer science graduate, a marketing professional with the expertise in content writing. So she has got so many other skills: content writing, SCM, social media management, content marketing, branding and email marketing, with the commitment to the efficiency and accuracy. Okay, so definitely you can all give these kind of if you have multiple skills or multiple things that a company needs or talents that a company needs, then definitely you can add them in the career objective. Okay, so I hope the career objective was actually clear for you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a resume would look like. Okay, because there are so many ways that freshers who create the resume would actually look like wouldn't look like so professional. Okay, they'll be like more fancy with so many basic colors and things like that. Okay, so always while writing a resume, first think like it should not be that fancy with so much of colors. Always use light shades. Okay, that would be much better. So now let's see how a resume should look like. Okay, so here you can see this is the format of a resume. So here you can see the first itself you can write your name in block letters, and then they can be like in a font size much higher than the other letters. The next is your qualification, the latest qualification that you have got. So if you have done a post graduation, then definitely you can add that. The next is your mobile number for them to contact you. Then the email ID. Okay, so they always think that the email ID should not also be so fancy. Okay, like 123 Aishwarya KA or things like that. Okay, which is to be so fancy. Don't keep them like that. Okay, the next is your GitHub profile. GitHub means it is always the code that you have done, right? So GitHub can always be like not so fancy. Like if you have done a very small one itself, small project itself, you can definitely put that, because there is something in your GitHub, so that if the people looks into that, then they knows that you have done something. Okay, so definitely you can include that as well. Okay, the next one is the LinkedIn URL. Okay, your LinkedIn profile. So if you have got so many certifications from the LinkedIn Learning, everything will be shown there, right? Even if you have some skills to be shown, like what kind of skills, like you are taking the skill sets in the LinkedIn, right? So that all can give you a point more than the others, where you can stand out from the other candidates. Okay, so now let's see the left side first. Okay, now you can mention the academic credentials. Okay, so if you have got more than marks like 7 or 8 in your BTech, then definitely you can put that. Okay, there is nothing like you must not put the marks. Okay, CGPA you can put. Okay, then comes the higher secondary school, which is the subject that you have chosen, your school name, place, month, where you have passed out. Okay, then the high school, where you have studied the high school, which school, the month you have passed, and the year. Okay, all these things you have to mention. Also you can mention the marks as well. Okay, so now the next is the technical skill. Whatever is the technical skills that you have, definitely you can put it here. Okay, if you have worked with some code editors, then definitely you can put that as well in the technical skills. Okay, the next one is the personal details. So what is the personal details? Your date of birth, your nationality, your gender, your marital status. Okay, all these comes under the personal details. If your job wants you to travel, then definitely you have to include the passport details as well, the passport number as well. Okay, so now the next thing is the languages. So whatever is the language that you know, you can definitely put it there. Okay, you can either use a graphical method to show your languages, how well you know each language. Otherwise you can use this dot representation as well. Okay, here what it means that English I know well, so that's the reason why I have put 5 stars or 5 dots. Okay, so whatever you want you can give. Okay, don't make your resume look so colorful. Okay, now is the certifications. So as we have discussed here, there are so many free courses. So here if you have any of the certifications, then definitely you can put it here in the certifications column. Okay. The next what we are going to discuss is the career objective. Okay, so this we have actually discussed here in very detail how a career objective should look like, right? So I hope that was clear, and if you have any doubts, don't forget to just message me in the comment box, okay, so that I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, the next is the professional experience. So if you have any experience, did any internships from Internshala, definitely you can put them in the professional experience. Okay, internships, usually while you are doing a BTech or any course, then you will have an industrial visit, right? Such things also comes under the internships, or 1-day internship, 2-day internship. Such things, I know it won't give you much of an idea how a company works or how your job is, but still you can definitely put them there. Okay, next is the academic projects. If you have done a academic project which is a final year project, do include it here. Your mini project that is relevant for this job, then definitely put it here. Your seminar works that you have done in the final year, you can put them in the academic projects itself. Okay, next comes the voluntary works. If you have worked for NSS, it's a group, right? If you have worked in the college NSS or any other groups which was providing, which was like not a salaried one, okay, if you were not able to earn anything from those academic projects, but still you were doing, right? Still you can put them there. Okay, so now the next one is the after the voluntary works, you can then give your achievements. If you have scored something like for sports, running race, first place, definitely put them. Then if you have participated in the youth festival for dance, singing and things like that, definitely you can put them there. That is just to show that you were an active, dedicated person while working with a group. Okay, then what about the declaration? These days you don't see declaration in a resume. The reason is that everything is digital, right? So digitally, if you're sending a resume, don't keep declaration. If you are keeping the declaration, then you definitely have to sign on it. Okay, with the place, date and the signature is a must. So if you create a resume today and you're going to send after 10 days, definitely you have to change the date on the declaration. Okay, don't forget about such things. Okay, then your profile picture on the resume, that is not mandatory, because the people who are recruiting you doesn't look how good you look or how bad you look. Okay, the looks are not important, so don't worry and don't give such things in your resume. Okay, and the resume should always have a professional look. Okay, so I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also press the bell button. Okay, and see you in the next video with some other interesting topics. Bye. If you like this video, please let me know in the comment box. Please do like, share and subscribe my videos. Okay, and give me a feedback on how the next video can be taken, or what is the interesting topic that you want me to do. Okay, and if it was helpful, please do let me know. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye, and see you in the next video with some other interesting topic. Bye.